This is for whoever it happened to or whoever it's happening to. Then there's that classification. This is speaking to whoever my people is in the spirit, because my people are treated this way, aren't they? This doesn't just happen to anybody. No, it doesn't. And that's not a bad thing then. You wouldn't want to, so don't even say nothing about it then. Everything you hear, this is something that you be able to be capable of doing. So you shouldn't have nothing to say then. Because now what then? This is something that you want to be, something that you could be, something that you look up to, in a sense. Well, at least in the right way of it, because we don't need you to be like this. We don't need you to go through what we had to go through to be like this. In this way of it, of the theory, that's how he's made it. But you do got that right. This is what we need to be. Some people that you look up to, some people that try to be this, and sheep clothing, not knowing if they ever really was in it, never explaining it, never so hearing it, feeling it, no. But you'll know the truth when you hear it. I haven't came across it, no I haven't. So then tugging it out whole is deep, isn't it? Because it's me. Nobody gotta tell my story, nobody gotta teach me these things. I don't have to search for this soul searching to somebody and trusting it. I understand, because I was just a regular person, and I was one of those people in my family that just was gonna drink from the cup, clearly. If I didn't say it that way, then how could I understand it? Because I didn't. So now that I do, I get it. This doesn't happen to just anybody. And since it did happen to me, then who am I then? Why did it just happen to me then? Since that's the number one question. But this been happening to just not just anybody, but people though. If you realize them. If you realize that there's so much in them for some reason, since they so much killed them for some reason, who are they then? Who are they? Who are they? They speak and tell their story. Why do they not want to hear it? No one ever questions those things. And now I see, because it's my time to stand them. It's my generation. It is me. And so of course I'm gonna hold this cup. I'm gonna hold this cup proudly. Now you see that this can't keep happening, because I had to pick up the pieces as you see and see what I mean then. Because even with them hearing it, I see them. Because that's just what I'm doing. I know I'm not perfect. And I can say that and say that again and again and again, because I'd be lying if I didn't. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna finish it. Because don't forget, you person that had someone come to your say then physically. I tell you, that was from the Father then. So you got that story to tell, then tell it. But don't forget it. And even if you do, then you see them. Someone needs to finish this. Someone needs to tell it and maybe reproof this. That no one was there, and so again, rehearsing. They were there, and if they weren't, then who would you have then? So you see then, that wasn't a fact, it's a statistic, because it doesn't have to happen, but a good thing that it happened. So just in my lane, nobly saying, that's just the way it was set to be then. That since no one personally, in my story, came, no one ever thinks about those things, because they would expect somebody to then, looking at you, who wouldn't love them, who wouldn't love her, who wouldn't love him. You don't even know nothing. Maybe it wasn't nothing of the surface, maybe it was something of the spiritual, maybe it was who I was, maybe they don't like it. Maybe that's the way they treat me, maybe that's because the way they speak about me. It is way deeper than that. So you sit there and you wait then, hoping, and no one comes then. So you're wrong, thinking of all and following all the statistics of it. There are people still out there, still searching, still looking, still waiting. And you brush it off like it ain't nothing. Because you just always think for some reason and never truly know, never want to really. Because if you did, you'd go to that person and you'd wait with the person. Matter of fact, you'd see. But it'd take you to have to see it physically for you to do something. It's too late for it, because now that you do, what can you say then? Because that person is still there. It's still there. Because maybe it wasn't for you to save them, since you didn't. On your end, maybe it's a little too late for it, because it has been some time then. Maybe it was never for you. Again, maybe this was this person's story, just as I'm rehearsing. Maybe this person's story can tell you to find out the true theory of it, which is that there is a God, and he comes for these people that have nobody. Since you're so much thinking, since you're so much thought, because it took you so much time coming to this person to see they still here, and what you gonna do about it? Well, I bet you can't do nothing. Since you didn't do it before, why would you do it now then? But you hear mockery, really. And you see this person, and it plays out just the way I quoted it. And what'd you do? Nothing. You probably feel shameful. That's the reason why you don't do nothing. You don't even talk to the person. How can you go to these places and don't be there to build something? I tell you this. How can I poetically and so flowingly express this? Well, it starts with what I've gone through then. How else then? So I don't blame you without having to go through this to know this. You didn't. So how could you then? This wasn't your story. Not this one. Not this way then. And it's a great thing. Why is it so much a great thing now though? That's the question. Everything of what I had to go through was something that you didn't want, because you led me to lay in this pit for some reason. For some reason now I know it. Because becoming this person, I got the remarks because of this. I got the backlash, the blasphemy. I became the spoiled egg, the broken Humpty Dumpty. I became the sour pit with bitterness. I became angry, as you know. I became mute because of this. Someone that was strong, I tell you this. Somebody that was strong. Someone that was who they needed to be. The world was changing it. And if I have to go explicitly into it, I'm telling your own people. How many ways can I say it? Your own people could be black, white, all types of colors. I'm telling you, people that shouldn't. Anybody shouldn't, but my people that I would least expect that did this to me. My own people, as you see, the verse then. But it came from my story. And now I'm just reminiscing. Deja vuing. Jesus, I hear it. And I know it. Because again, rehearsing. Who did this? Who did this to a person? Who mocked me behind my back and never came to my face so much cowardly? Who did it? Well, I couldn't say a stranger, because a stranger is me not knowing them. It was a person that I knew. So much of acquaintance. Let's not get any closer than that, because that scares me. But it is, so I gotta bring it to light then. It was someone that I lived with. Someone that I knew. Someone that knew me personally. Someone that seen me. Someone that I sat next to. Someone that should have known me because they see me. So that's that theory. How could you know me? How could you see me and not know me then? So to see then. To see why then. And that goes into that message. But again, this was my own people that did this to me, as you see. Without me having to verse it, without me knowing that was a verse, as you see it. I tell you prophecy. I'm telling you prophecy. I'm telling you Avatar generation. I'm telling you that I'm drinking from this cup too then. Amen. Revelation. And that is the revelation of me not knowing it, and now I know it. Because it's confirmed then to think that I was alone. When you see why I felt that way then. Because how could it, if this was so much light then? How could it? How could it, if you know that this world is not perfect and a person not perfect then? Why are you doing it? Why are all people, you doing it then? My own people again. That's the point that we trying to point out then? Let everybody be who they want to be, but not you though. Not your own people. That's what we least expect though. But it was. Not everybody. I tell you, it wasn't even them. I tell you just as you know it in the phrases. Those gems, as you call it. Your strangers be your own family, I tell you it. So why was my own people then? Let me rehearse it or rehearse it then. Y'all got these phrases using it like y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't even know the deep power in this because you're not even bear witness to this, but you're using it. Mockery, you don't even know it. I said, let me tell it, let me finish it so you can deep dive into this. I see a stranger off the street could understand me and want to and listen. Could see it so clearly. But a person in my house, my own house that I lived in, walked past it. Never acknowledged it, never questioned it, never understood it, even said those words to me, I tell you it. And how could I digest it when I knew that this person seen these things, known of it? Let alone me having to tell them. How could it be? How could it be? And I'll be a child not knowing this. How could it be? Well, I have a story to tell them. Trying to figure this out, and it become prophecy. It become prophecy, I tell you this. Why I have to get on here? Why I have to speak? Because it's in me, and when I don't even know it. There's nothing physically that's calling me to this. No, it isn't. I mean, from the physical aspect of it, I can't feel nothing. I mean, day to day, just doing me as you know it. And then it's just the mindset of me wanting to get on here because I know that he's there. Because of me bear witnessing that when I do, I'm never wrong then. And this is just another bear witness to see it. Yeah, Father, say it. Yeah, help me express this. Please give me this time. Please give me this time to tell the truth then and say it the way I need to though. Get it across to a person because that's the whole point of it. I can tell my story again and again. But which one of them is your favorite? Am I done? We just started. We have not gone within anything really of the depthness of it. I give you one speck of an aspect, one speck of it. Oh, I'm excited. So I look at reflection, and now you see, because if you didn't know me, if you thought you did, then you see then. I see the things of what we can't give ourselves or teach, but what is given was the true power of the revelation. And so I'm telling you that the greatest gift that was given was the knowledge. Versus the people in sheep clothing, or we all scattered here, will you see the difference? And how would you see them then if the person in that seat is a sheep or maybe a wolf then? Maybe a wolf in sheep clothing, maybe a sheep in wolf clothing. Maybe a wolf, maybe a sheep, who cares then? Because there's a verse that says that you know it when you know it. So how would you then? Well, wisdom isn't hidden anymore. See the mystery of it. That you know when you know it, because it has been hidden, hasn't it? And you have not heard it. So much been dead then. So much been muted. So I hear a familiar voice, don't I? I'm back to you. That's what I'm saying. Just as anybody in the world doing it, you hear it. And there's nothing that we have to say really other than just explaining it. You talk of persuasion. Let them do that. Let them lie in the pit of lies then that they give you chin of then. That's all that really is though. But they talking, but we hear it. So much working hard. Not really succeeding because I still know this. So you've been killing my people, my ancestry in the physical because this isn't our world, so you could do it. So am I done? I need you to know this. I need you to know this really. And I need you to see it truly. Because I know that you can't see these things physically. I don't want to call you a Susan, because you still know better within it. And that's the whole point of the testing, the trials. Picking through what I know and what I want, though. Picking through what I know and what I see, though. See, how could I run from it when I become it? So I see that you see me and see that you didn't know me and see if you thought you did, you still didn't. Until I became who I needed to be to see that I didn't. It goes back to the same message. You couldn't. Until it was at the right time of it. I couldn't change it if I wanted to tell you this. growing. Still yet haven't come into the full spirit of it. That I still couldn't tell you truly who I am though. But I know half as you see it. If I am here, so you see that you come to me then. But so I leave, and so like the wind. Who then would you get it from? Rather than you retain it, because that would be best then. I see it, that if he leave me, I have nothing. That I'll be that person. I'll be that person left for the openness of the spirit to enter me. Because maybe I've been always different. Maybe I've always been not from this place then. To be different, to be prone to anger then, because confusion would have took over me to see the sorrow in it. Because I've been left alone, because who's around me, wolves, as you call it, sheep. But what I am then, that's what I see visually. To see then, he saved me. To see no one save me, to see the question that then, why didn't it? Because that's just what you was needing to be then. That's what he wanted then, to be destitute, as you see. That's the way that I live then. To never question that, because I become this. To be able to speak of this, to tell you that these people out here think and is against this. I say they never become this then, never come to the truth. And if they thinking that this is a curse then, let them think then. And if they tell them that this is, you question them, you tell them who they getting this from then, to see what they getting it from then. The wolves, I tell you it, sheep clothing. They be fools then. Never coming to me, I tell you this, as you see it, never come to the truth, never want to hear it, because it be against all those things. Because it was always before you, always deeper than this, always bigger than your understanding. And until you understand this, now you see, the truth will set you free.